Hello everyone, and welcome back to Game Geek Studios, Lure Development. So last time we worked on a little bit of Chat Island right over there. Who's on today? Get some familiar faces in here, maybe some new people. How are y'all doing? Hello, Jack Flash. How are you today? Doing well, thanks. Is your first time joining us? So, plan for today's stream. Yeah, I just found out about this project. Yeah, I'm super excited for it. Gonna be doing some great stuff here. Thinking today we're gonna go ahead and finish up more of Chat Island. Chat Island meaning made mostly by you guys in chat. And then we'll take a look at some more animations. That's something we haven't really done much on the channel just yet. So we were saying yesterday we kind of wanted to be, not yesterday, last week. Last week on the channel we were saying we wanted to be kind of like a natural climb upwards up toward this top area right over here. Let's go ahead and add that directional light back in so that we can see things a bit better. There we go. I think we'll also disable fog. Oh, it's already disabled. So I'm definitely thinking first off we're going to smooth out this terrain a little more. So we'll go ahead and back over to smooth height. Kiro, how's it going? No worries. You're just getting started. You're not late at all, my friend. It's gonna make the mountain look a little bit nicer. A little more round. Mountain's a bit steep there. Yeah, I agree. We're gonna build up to it, but we definitely need to lower it a little bit and also smooth it out just a bit. Sheesh. Yeah, yeah, I definitely agree. It is very steep. It's a whole spider in the sky kind of thing going on. I assume you're gonna remodel the fishing rod a bit, make it less clunky. Yeah, absolutely. This is just a temporary model at the moment. Most of what you see is temporary, except for the stuff that has a whole ton of detail, like that mountain in the distance. That's definitely probably not going to change that much. We'll go ahead and maximize so you get a better look at it. Oh, appreciate that. Alolan Vulpix, appreciate that so much. And as always, if anyone has any questions, concerns, comments, anything, more than happy to listen to those. Yeah. I mean, based on all the advice you gave last stream, Kiro, we could call this Kiro Island, but I feel that'd be a little unfair to everyone else here. Right now, I'm just adding some terrain over on the side, just so we can smooth this out a little bit. Chat Kierland. Yeah, sounds alright. Can deviate off of the name Kiro to make it less biased. Take Kiro and make it sound more tropical sounding. I like that. Do you have any specific names in mind, or? Kira Aloha. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Ammo Kiro Island. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, it's gonna be a little clunky PS1 looking graphics for a bit while I smooth it out. This is more just to make the island less steep. Adding some extra terrain so that it can kind of morph into that. But yeah, I will say the name is completely up to you guys. It's more of a more of an inside joke type of thing, you know? For those who are at the stream. Volcano? It can be. This mountain looking thing right here is, well, we haven't decided any story significance for it just yet, but it is definitely going to be something. It definitely looks like a volcano, doesn't it? With the whole hole in the middle. Yeah, there is a hole in the middle. Well, what we were discussing last time, it is tall, much like the real Kiro. I doubt that. But yeah, this hole in the middle, that's more for like, if you've seen the movie Moana, it's like a hole to some other dimension, like a portal kind of thing. It could be a volcano. We have a lot of snow on top, but we can change that. I think the idea was last stream, you'd make it to the top and you'd find someone else here. Maybe he's some kind of, what is this? That's not supposed to happen. Maybe he's some kind of superstitial person trying to maybe put you in the pit. This is a horror game, by the way, for if anyone didn't know. It's a fishing horror game. Just me, except it's an NPC. Alright, Kira. If you want to become an NPC, you're more than welcome to be. Yeah, you find Kiro, except he's not a full 3D model or anything. It's just the word Kiro. You just find the word Kiro, and that you win Kiro. How's it sound for you guys? Everything still alright? I know I asked this every stream, but we've had some issues in the past. A piece of paper with Kira on it. Hey, you know what? That'd be worth climbing the mountain for. So we're all in agreement then. You're gonna find a piece of paper with the Kiro on it. It definitely looks a little less steep, a little less obnoxious. I do want to make it a little more, give it a little more of a paper can say jump Kiro. Yeah, and then maybe there's some secret down there for those who actually decide to go jump. That could be interesting. cultist could be worshipping Kiro? Well, we do have some mythical entities in the lore universe. If you go ahead and take a look at the Discord server, we do have a few. There's one named Jim. Jim is my favorite, I think. Like that skeleton with no legs. Yeah, Kira, if you like, link a picture of Jim. I really just want this to be a little extended outward. I don't want to brute force it with raised lower terrain though. Well, maybe that's the best way to do it. Make it a little spiky, then smooth it out afterward. Tell you what guys, I'll be right back. Just need just a second. Alright, I'm back guys. Kinda sussy Han, you're not gonna lie. Just Han, I wanted to brute force it. One could say fishy, ha ha ha, yeah. Are you saying about brute forcing it? Yeah, it's what I didn't want to do is like, I didn't want to have to just add some terrain and then fix it later, because that's what a lot of people do to make terrain when sculpting. They'll just they'll just do it and then fix it later. And I mean, it works. Don't get me wrong, it does work. Just a little annoying to deal with. Hey, I know this song. Well, I doubt you do. It's made by one of our very talented musical artists in the Discord server, Debenster. I don't think he's released it outside just this game, but I could be wrong. I mean, he can do what he wants with it. It is his song after all. But it was in the intro, the whole starting soon thing. I did have it there. That me might have just heard it from there. So we definitely need to go ahead and add some more terrain on the side right over here. Do it just a bit closer to the actual mountain. Smooth height. Then we should be able to connect that real quick. And I can't tell if that looks better or worse. What do you guys think? Comment about Fish Game has 138 smiles. That's awesome, man. Is that on the so-called forbidden app? So I think we'll go ahead and bring this just a little bit higher along the path. Let's go ahead and also, where is that? Paint details? No. Paint texture, that's what I was looking for. We want to, what is this one right here? Believe that one is scree. I could be wrong about that. That is scree. Great. So we're gonna go ahead and increase the scree path just a bit, make it a little bit higher up. Let's do that with raise and lower terrain. Uh-oh. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted. I believe this right here is about 35, so let's try setting height. Pretty close to that. Call it 40. No, that looks way too tall. Once we have a more set in stone style, we could probably get Danbury or someone to make some textures. Yeah, absolutely. You can probably tell already that it's just repeating textures all along. You can definitely see on the sand. That's just a repeating texture over and over again. Um, but yeah, absolutely. Once we have our style set down, we can make some pretty cool ones. Trying to see how that looks from the player point of view. Can make textures on Sunday. Well, if you want to. Yeah, we need to change this a little bit, make sure that that is changed into the right texture. We want to make the path look clear, but still natural. We gotta fill up that a little bit. Gonna go ahead and make our way up here. That's where it is for now. Also, just because it is bothering me a little bit, let's go ahead and put in running, just real quick. So the way we'll do that is go into Edit, Project Settings. We'll go into the Input Manager. And we're going to make a button called Sprint. And that's going to be our Shift button. Is it maybe it's L Shift? No. Okay, I think you gotta type it out, yeah. So we'll call it left shift. There we go. And we'll just save that. And now we can use that in our code. So go over to the player controller. Let's see where I have this real quick. Rocky path type beat. Well, we're definitely going to finish up the textures later on in development, so that it's a little more, how do you say, a little more stylized, like Kira was saying. So let me see here. If we go to the player, that should give us the move speed as 3. So what we'll do is, if, just a second. Right, okay, so then we'll have it if the input dot get button, we'll call it my keyboard is not having a good time. If the if the input is crouch, then we'll set the move speed to, let's say, 1. And then if we have the button sprint going, move speed, we'll call it like 7. And then else, which means not holding anything, we'll just call the speed what it was, which is 3. Definitely want to make something that feels like its own thing, rather than just being a bunch of pre-made assets thrown together without much care. Absolutely. We all care a lot about this project, and we want to make it something great. So the value we're looking at is move speed right over here, and we should be able to see if we're holding a different button, it'll change what that is. So if I hold shift, it should be 7. You can kind of see right there, it's changed to 7. If I let go, it's back to 3. If I hold crouch, it's back to 1. So if I move, I'm going to move really slowly when I'm crouching. If I let go, then I hold shift, now we can jump around and sprint. So we can get around a lot quicker now. I just added that because it was bothering me a little bit. That was on my to-do list. Do you guys think that's too fast? Maybe it's a little too slow. We can adjust it over time. Do you plan to implement any kind of FOV change while sprinting? We can definitely do that. Yeah. I have not. Oh, my camera just moved wherever. That's not in the game yet. Obviously, you just saw it, but we can definitely do something like that. Shouldn't be too much to implement. We'll just put in a flag to see if the player is sprinting, and then change the FOV of the camera. It's a bit too fast. We can change that, yeah. Go over here. We'll call it 6. I think 6 should be better. That way it's just exactly double the original move speed. So that's regular walking, sprinting, regular walking, sprinting, then we got crouching. I don't know if it'll let you sprint in the water, will it? Kind of. Yeah, that's definitely faster than regular. You think that's a better speed spectrum? Hey, welcome back, Low and Volt Pixel. Shower thoughts, sure. A few ideas you had. Let's hear them. As you progress in the game, you should be given the option to turn the fishing rod into a long-range weapon. It's an interesting idea. I will say that a lot of the functionality of gameplay is more or less decided, but it is a very good idea. I do like that. When you are using the fishing rod, you're not going to be doing much fighting other than, because like obviously these creatures are going to be a lot more using the parts of the fish that you find along the way. They're more, how do you say, aggressive. They're stronger than you. They're not really the kind of thing you're going to win a fight against. So in that regard, there's going to be a bit less combat early on, I would say. I think Kira can put that a little better than I did, if Kira's still around right now. Fishing rod upgrade that lets it double as a grappling hook type thing. I mean, the fishing rod, again, doesn't have much functionality just yet other than just being a fishing rod, but yeah, we can absolutely work on something like that. Having it double as a weapon, having it double as a grappling hook. Not sure what you're going to be grappling underwater. Maybe just let you get to places a bit quicker. Serve more purpose on islands. Gotcha. So it's more of a shortcut type of thing when exploring new islands. That definitely would have to be something that's not quickly. That'd be a lot later in the game because I mean, if you could just grapple to the top of this, that'd kind of ruin the whole point of building the whole island. Kind of ruin the point of putting all the detail in it. Granted, there isn't a whole lot of detail just yet. If there's gonna be trees, maybe getting stuff from on top of them. G, maybe grappling in birds that fly above you. Yeah, there's a lot of different things you can do with that. These are all great ideas, by the way. It's a little out of the scope of the project right now, I would say, but they are definitely really fun ideas that I would love to work on at some point. Yeah, for later on, absolutely. Circling back to what you said, I feel combat shouldn't be a big focus in this game. One of the themes, in my opinion, is the feeling of helplessness. Feel having a weapon would kind of ruin that idea and to make it feel a bit samey in the long run. That's just my take, of course, and I'd love to hear anyone else's thought on the matter. Yeah, absolutely. Mouthter. Some kind of language. It's not English, but it's some kind of language. So yeah, I definitely think that Kiro is right. The whole idea of not having a weapon, not having much to defend yourself, is a major part of the experience of the game, at least initially. So most likely you won't have much of a weapon. This tool is really working against me right now. Come on, I just want to make it a little like a wall right here. Kind of block off the side. Oh, there's the name of the island. How do you pronounce that? Did you pronounce it how I pronounced it, or? Yeah, I agree. It's not a bad name at all. So, what are the names of the island so far? We have Chat Island. It was Kiraloha or something. What was that other name that we had? Pronounced like water. Yeah, I don't know. How would you guys pronounce that word? I feel like that is a good ascension. It's a little slow though. Want to make that just a bit faster to get up there. Another name I had was Chat Kierland. Mostly a joke. Well, we'll add it to the list of names. Maybe maybe this island is known to different people as different names. So there's a whole lot of different names here. Amokiro. Like Malactor Isle is a nice little inside joke to whoever was here, but that's just my take. Well, either way, the island's gonna have a name at some point. We don't know what name it's gonna have, but it's gonna have some name. Tell you what, whatever island name you like for it, that's the name it's gonna have. In your mind, it can be whatever you like. It could be Malactor Island, it could be the pillar in the sky, it could be whatever you like. The island is what you make of it. Absolutely, Kiro. If that's what you want, more power to you. That's a little weird, but okay. Been 50 minutes already. Yes, it has. Tell you what. I am planning to stream a little longer today. That's why I did start an hour earlier than normal. What do you say at the 1 hour mark we start looking at some animations? You did get a sneak peek of them earlier. If I go ahead and play the game real quick. You'll be able to see that the fishing rod is not out by default. If you click, it'll actually bring it out for you. And if we go over to the water and you hold click, it's gonna start charging it. I haven't implemented the whole thing where any animations. Good job, Kira. Your keyboard's still working against you right now. But yeah, if you hold it, it'll start charging it up so that you can let it go. I didn't finish the animation for that yet, so it's not actually gonna let it go. But you can right click, it'll put it away. Left click, it'll bring it back out. And all of that. All of that jazz. So if you want to take a look at what that looks like over here. It's a bit of a mess. That's okay though. Clean it up just a bit. And you'll actually see in real time how it changes. So right now it's on cam idle. And if I right click, whoops, the ship wants to take that out. Let's fix that real quick, actually. So that's on cam take out. We need to make sure that it activates during that time. So activate, there you go. And on cam idle, it should definitely be out. So we'll record. On cam put away, that should be good. Who's Annie? Nah, he's talking about Annie and their missions. It's okay, guys. Kira will fix his keyboard eventually. Yeah, there we go. Now it actually brings it out and everything. I am really excited though for the fishing mechanic to be fully implemented. Is that a patch of grass right here for whatever reason? I believe I've won the game. Does the water just end here? Oh, it does. Interesting. That's really trippy. wow, it really does just end. That's weird. Your music is great. Well, you can send your thanks to Binster on Discord. So true, Gamma and me, Geekoi Studios, Deuce. So you guys want to see something pretty cool? What we can do is we can sculpt a bridge. Oops. Okay. What we'll do is, this is going to be temporary. It's going to be extremely temporary. Is we will control click here. And then we'll click over there. And it makes a bridge. It's a very thick bridge. Now we'll get rid of it. Can you make a diving board? Let's find out. Diving board where? Where do you want the diving board? Where should this diving board be? Alright. Let's see if we can do that with the bridge. Make this a bit smaller. That is still really big. There we go. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted. Let's make that a bit bigger. Put the strength back to 1. That's still really not what's supposed to be. Petition to rename to Geekoi Studios. If I remember, I'll absolutely go back and do that. The slide of doom. Geekoi Studios. That's a great way to pronounce that. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Oh, I see. That just raises everything by a certain amount. It's a really cool look at what it looks like under there, though. Alright, well, we're just now about to approach the 1 hour mark. Let's look at some animations. Crouch should move the camera down a bit. Yep, we will work on that. That's one of those quality of life changes that we really need. I think that's where I had it. Why is it looking down like that? Okay, so I will say real quick, you have a question? Sure, we'll do that first. What's your question? I will be more than happy to answer your question. What's up? At this stage in development, what skills will be most beneficial for any new developer to have? That is a really great question. As of yet, I haven't really given haven't given the whole project to anyone. It is going to go up on the GitHub for new developers so that they can take a look at it. But other than that, I really haven't. Most of the time, it's just been the story and everything that we're looking at. 3D modeling, doing things like 3D modeling, doing things like working on story, working on concept art. Other than that, the distance thing is really an issue with that. The main reason why, me and a couple of others are really the ones working on just the game itself. That's definitely just a product of, not having a lot of in-person meetings, So, but absolutely once, if we do ever do any in-person stuff, any kind of meeting like that, I'd be down to, do some more things like this where people can get their own hands-on experience with this kind of thing. So, okay, whenever I work on animations and they're actually working, I do a quick epilepsy warning. It's pretty important to do that because things can go very wrong, and by wrong I mean spinning like that, but with a lot more colors. So if you see, if I just click that, nothing's happening, but I can no longer take out my fishing rod. That's because I do have the animation set up. If it goes to the camera parents, well, it's rotating me for some reason. Why is it rotating me? It shouldn't be rotating me. Oh well. We'll work with it. So yeah, we have the animation working. So if you go ahead and take a look at, we take a look at cam_boat. That's the animation that we have, and I'll actually drag this tab out so you can take a look at it. This is what it should look like from the player's point of view. So obviously it is just repeating itself over and over again, but see, it goes from looking at the seat to kind of looking forward and scooting back a bit, so it shows that the player is sitting in the seat. That's what it's supposed to look like, and as we're running it in the animator here, that's what it should look like when we're actually running the game. Obviously that's not happening, and that's an issue. So we're going to try to fix that issue. You see, the problem is I really don't know how to fix that issue. I will be doing some more research on that, but animation really isn't my strong suit here. It's more the terrain stuff, the stuff like that. So I think what we'll do is we'll work on actually being in the boat instead of getting in the boat, and we'll work from there. So we'll go ahead and maximize this once more, and we're going to open a window for where is it? I should have it. Pro Builder, there it is. Pro Builder window. So if we select this real quick, you can see the faces light up. This is because this is a Pro Builder object. So this allows us to make some pretty interesting models while still in Unity. So we don't have to go off to any other program like you say Blender or wherever. So what we can do here is we can switch to the edge view. So we'll select an edge, and we can, where is that? Insert edge loop, that's what I'm looking for. So we're going to insert an edge loop, and we are going to move that. Let's go underwater for just a second. We'll move that right to where the 1 meter mark is right there. And then we'll do that once more. Go ahead and move that to right there. And then we go back to the face view. We're going to do what's called an extrusion. So it's going to extend that out just a bit. And it actually cuts through it, see? So we'll go over like that. And what we're doing is basically making a dock kind of area where the player can be when they're not inside the boat. Let's move this to the side. And then we'll go back to the edge view. We'll insert an edge loop. That's Alt U for the shortcut. Alright, and there we have some kind of dock. Where's that boat model from? I believe this one was made by C. Damberg on Discord, in our Discord server. I could be wrong about that though. I am pretty sure this one came from C. Damberg. Oops. That's not what I want. There we go. Maximize the game. Why does that make sense? Is that a compliment or an insult? Can't tell. Oh, we should definitely turn off that other directional light. It's getting a little bit annoying without it being so bright out here. There we go. So then obviously this is a placeholder texture, it just lets you see, oh, it's 1 meter wide. Right, so what we'll end up doing is this little dock area. This will be the starting point. So where you can get in the boat, you can press E to get in, and then you'll be able to, say, drive it off somewhere. So for now, we'll just have a button to where it just kind of puts you in the boat. So what we'll do for that is we need a state for the boat. So I do already have one where player state is 0. 0 means you're not in the boat, 1 means you are in the boat. So let's see if I can't go see. Let's see here. So I do have this whole Raycast system set up. Not really either. Just meant I assumed the model was from Denver because he was made to feel that. Alright, yeah. Makes sense, makes sense. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and get rid of all of this right here, this stuff with the Raycast, and instead we'll just make it so you can get in the boat as long as you press E. So if input dot get button, and I believe I just had that set to use, the name of it. In the input manager, use is going to be E. So get button, use, and we'll set player state to 1. Okay, so then we'll make it so that when the player state is 1, we'll need to set the position of the player. So let's go ahead and see where the player needs to be for that to kind of move it in the right position. We also do need to move this down just a bit. So camera parents at 2.1, players at 2.6. We can move this down to 0.5 or so. And that one down to 0, and that should work. Just double check that that's working real quick. Yep, that looks good. And then let's see where the player needs to be. So we have the player here. We do need to run the game just real quick. Oh. Don't need to be maximized. That's my bad. Because we do need to see the values over here in the inspector. So the Y position goes down to about -2.3. So we need to be on the seat, looking that way, at Y equals -0.3. So we'll go ahead and Control-Shift-P to pause the game. And we're going to go ahead and copy these values. And we should be able to just paste them. So we'll set the transform dot position equals new vector 3, and then we need to put F for float on all these values. And once again, we do need to put this down to, I believe it was -0.23. Who's Michael? Michael is short L. Okay. So if we press E, it should. Oh, but it doesn't. I am pushing E. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm pushing E, but it's not moving us over there. Oh, you know what it is? We're moving this value of the player, so if we go run the game again, you see it should move that over there. Isn't the MC Michael? Oh, well, I don't know if we've decided on a full name yet. Michael Masadi's fishing simulator. I believe that was one of those inside jokes we had early on. How do you know he's 5'2"? Did you legit just do the math right now? Again, it's really not. It's not moving the player. Really should be. Not at all, I just know that's Sculpt. Wow. That is some keyboard mashing. But yeah, I really don't know why it's not moving the player where it should be. I think I can turn off the collider for that. Oh, maybe get button down instead. Because that way it just returns true once and then. No, it's really still not setting it to where I want it to be. So I'm going to move a bunch of this into a if player state equals 0 function. That way we can control what the player can do when they are not in the boat. So we'll control X that. Paste. You guys can let me know if this isn't as entertaining. We can go ahead and go back to making the island. This is just a lot of troubleshooting. You can do whatever you want, it's your stream after all. Well, see, that's the thing, right? Because I do want to work on stuff that you enjoy looking at. You know, it is my stream, but it is still something that I want you guys to enjoy. So, we'll see if this fixes it, and then if not, we'll go ahead and switch back over to making the island. I think that is a lot more fun. Work on what you want, my guy. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. Okay, so if the player state is 1, that should move the player to this position exactly. And if not, I might just look it up, you know. That is always a solution to see how other people do things. So, we're in the game. Oop, let's turn off gizmos. And we'll press E. Hey, nice. And that teleported us to this position right here. So if I go over here and press E, there we are. Alright, well now that that's working, we can do some more fun stuff. We'll also need to change the rotation so that the player is looking in the right way. Let's see here. How do we want to go about this? I definitely think we should run the game again. Google is your best friend. That's absolutely correct. So, we're here on the boat. And we want to be looking generally in kind of that direction right there. So, let's see here. We'll pause the game. We'll copy the Euler angles from rotation. Oops. Transform. Oops. My keyboard is not having a good day. Cura relate now. How to fish game into Google. I wonder what that would come up with. I am genuinely curious. What? Didn't like that? Oh, it wants a quaternion. Okay. So we'll copy the quaternion then. How to play fish game.
Hey, what up guys? This is Max back with another video. This is real
everyone go
basic
subscribe to Mad Max
controls
Dr. J
on how
on
to
YouTube
play fish table, fish
very
game,
epic gameplay.
internet cafe fish, arcade, any
So
type of
almost
those
like
things. It's
Bloons
like what
Tower
you see here on the
Defense,
screen. Also
but
did a
with fish.
video on how to play this.
There's a
This is
lot
Live
going
Strike.
on screen.
If you want, I can put in the link down below in the comment or description, either or. Anyway, this is gonna be real quick.
What is the difference between net shot and bullet shot? Let's find out. The only difference is the rate it fires. Good information. Yeah, this guy does play fish game. Played fish game about 4.5 years ago. Let's invite him. Let's see if he watches the stream. Where can I play this online? This looks like a very interesting game. How to make $600 in 2 minutes in fish game. Well, we're making something quite a bit different, but yes. This is my favorite game. Ryan's Toys Review. Alright, I think that's enough of that. But now that we have set the position and rotation, we should be able to just press E, and that will put us in the right place. So, E, and yeah, it turns us around. There we go, that's perfect. Maybe we want to look a little bit higher. No, I think that's good where it is. The player can look up anyway. Oh. Why am I landing in front of it? There we go. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. So, young honey. Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like as a kid. I can confirm. But yeah, see, basically what's happening is pressing E is working as a toggle between player state 0 and player state 1. So when you press it the first time, it's going to take you to the right position. But then, see, I was moving around after that. So that means it has turned player state 1 back to 0. And that's why it's not moving us back to the same place even after I move around. So we can actually just get rid of this right now. No, we don't want to do that because then it's not going to go back to player state 1. We'll work with this for right now. Let's see here. So if we press play, then we press E, now we're riding the boat, and we should be able to see player state. Why is player state still 0? Interesting. Okay, I see. I see what's going on. So, we rotated the player. We haven't rotated the camera. So, let's take a look at the camera real quick. So that is getting moved, but it's not getting moved on the x-axis. So if we're looking straight down and we press E, we're going to still be looking straight down. Even if we're over here, we're going to be looking straight down. So we need to set the rotation of the camera and the player. So I think right about here will be good. So we'll Control Shift P. We'll just take the camera's rotation, copy the quaternion. We're gonna copy, guys. We're gonna copy. I wish there was a way to force it to paste with the, with F's in there. Save us not a whole lot of time, but some time. Can we get some quappies in chat? Okay, so now we should be able to. Nope, that is still. No, that's still not taking the right place. Let's see, we can tweak this. Maybe it's the pivot that we're looking at. Yep, that's definitely the pivot. If you see the X value, that's the up and down value. That's what we want to tweak. So we press E, and we're looking up right about there. That's going to be rotation of 0. Oh, but we do want the quaternion, not the vector 3. So I guess I'll explain what that means real quick. A quaternion is a group of 4 values mostly used for rotation. And is also a lot more complicated than I understand it, so I'm not going to explain it because I don't understand it either. Creepies. Okay, and now finally, that should put us where we want to be. Nice. Yep, that's definitely what we want. We want to be able to just teleport. Alright guys, that looks really good. Oh wait, the flashlight's having a bit of a hard time figuring out where we're looking. That's alright, we can fix that later. That's fine. I'm sure nothing bad will come of that. But now, what we want to do is we want to disable collision on the player so that they can be inside the seat. The way we want that to look, we want that to be inside the seat, based on just where the height is, so that it kind of looks like the player is sitting down. And of course the player is slightly shorter when they're sitting down, so... Do you mind if I change the member color to a paler yellow in the Discord? Oh no, I don't mind that, go ahead. Up to you, man. What, are you turning them into zombies over there? Epic. Okay, so what we want to do is the player has a couple colliders on them. They have capsule collider, a box collider, and that should be about it. I believe this also has a no, oh yeah, it does have a capsule collider. So we want to basically turn those off so that it can't, well, it does look fine how it is, just kind of sitting without really sitting. We don't really have to change it, but there it is. Player standing. Let's actually remove the camera when I don't think that's needed. That might be what's messing with the flashlight. Well, that wasn't what was messing with the flashlight, but that's fine. The next thing we want to do is take the boat, transform.parent, and set that to our own. This dot transform. Maybe it's that position. Nope, just this dot transform. And then what that should let us do is actually move the boat. Oops. Well, that's not what you want. boat is moving though. You know, it really is moving. Jumping boat. Whoa. That's so dumb. So where actually is the... Okay, so the position of the boat is negative 0.95. We want that to always be the case. So we will set boat.transform .position equals new vector 3 boat.transform .position .x negative 0.95 f for y, and then boat.transform .position .z. And I believe that should keep the boat in place. So if we go ahead and get in the boat, and looks like we're still in the ground. Alright, so then maybe instead, because the reason that the player gets stuck right there is because I do have some code in place that lets the player swim. It just takes the water level and forces the player to stay there. So if we go ahead and look in the player state over here, should be is swimming. Here we go. Oh, okay, so it's move direction.y is what we want. That's the command. That's the line of code that will stop us from moving. So what we'll do is move direction.y equals 0. On the other hand, we could also make the player a child of the boat. That would also do what we want. Yeah, I think we'll try that instead, because this doesn't seem to be doing what we want. So transform dot parent equals boat dot transform. Well, it's definitely in the boat. The boat isn't moving though, so that is good. What we can do with that is, well, we need to stop the program from letting the player move just regularly. It really shouldn't be letting that happen. Let's see here. So player state should be 1 when we press E. Let's make sure that's happening. So we go to player. The player state is 0. If we press E. Okay, so that is actually not updating. That's moving the player, but it's not changing player state to 0. Wonder why that is. Well, basically what we want is we want the, let's see here. We have the vector 3 move direction, holds force values. We want the boat to move the same, so I think definitely we'll just change this back to how it was, so where the boat transform dot parent. We'll move it back to that way because that was at least giving us some form of movement capabilities with the boat. So if we press E, we are sinking, but you know what, that's fine. What we'll do instead is we'll create a float value, public float, and we'll just call it float level. And by default, we'll just go down here real quick. When the player is swimming, that means that they're around negative 0.85. Welcome back. We've been here the whole time, but anyway, that's fine, man. Alright, so what we have that is at negative 0.85 F. We'll actually go over here. So float level is going to be negative 0.85. And we can change this to float level instead. This way, we can change the float level to whatever we want. So, let's see here. We can get rid of that one then. We'll change float level to negative 0.95. Or was it? I believe it was 0.95. You know what? Let's actually go check. Negative 0.95. Yes. Yes, Kira, what's up? Have you learned anything while working on Lure so far? I've learned a lot, actually. I have learned a lot about the game design process as a whole. I've learned a lot about the programming side of things, learned a lot about the terrain side of things. Like, this island was my first island that I ever built in Unity. Right over here. I was trying to just zoom over there real quick to show you what I'm talking about. I don't believe I have shown off the island in its entirety, but here's what it looks like. And I was doing this following a tutorial by a great man known as Brackies. And yeah, I'm really satisfied with how this one turned out. Little freshwater pond over here. But yeah, I've learned a lot from people that I'm working with in terms of 3D modeling, in terms of programming, in terms of music. Yeah, it's been great so far. We have a really well-rounded team, and I'm really satisfied with how everything's going right now. Well, we're still sinking. If I'm not mistaken, we're actually sinking a bit farther than we were before. Let's try setting this to a test value, like let's just call it 0. How about that? Hey, that's a start. We definitely don't want it to rotate with us. But this is definitely a start. Can we sprint with it? Oh, that's not what you want at all. A well-rounded team and Mick Club. Hey man, there's no need to rag on Mick. You know what? I'll tell him you said that. So I'm gonna change it so that it's only taking the position. Rip Mr. Levin. No wait, I'm sorry, Mick. Ooh, I am gonna tell him. Oh. Oh. Interesting. The boat seems to just be teleporting. I'm really not sure why it's not consistently just still moving the boat to the position. Well, I guess we'll just move it back to parent then, if that's not really working out for us. We can fix the rotation later on. Ah, the open sea. I think the boat should definitely be a lot faster than, you know, what it is. So I think over here we'll set move speed to 3. And over here we'll set move speed to like 10. Because you're in a boat, you're supposed to be a lot faster than swimming, obviously. So, let's see here. Move speed is 3, that's always good. We press E. Speed is still just 3, it's not what I want. Ah yes, these are some good collisions happening right now. See, the player has a collider on it, but the boat doesn't. You know, that would solve a lot of problems if we actually put a collider on the boat. Let's see. I know they have each their own individual colliders. We'll just have some colliders rather, on the sides, so that we can see how that is. Motorless 7 speed with motor 11 speed. Oh, you're talking about like, unless it starts with a motor, in which case 10 speed works. It's the Hellcat motor. Yeah, no, I mean, there isn't a visible motor on the boat, but, we can assume there's a motor on it, you know. This is more just for, you know, stopping the boat from really hitting everything. You guys are just commenting on the speed of it, right? Like, because yeah, obviously it's going to be faster, but we don't need to make it too much faster now. Move another box collider. Gonna move it right to the front up here. And that should be good. I want to add tank treads to my boat, and also a gun and forklift and Chris Hemsworth as well. That is going to be one loaded boat. That boat just has everything, huh? We can also throw in some wings, because why not? Well, yeah. I mean, our boat can fly. If I told you what that meant, it would be no fun. Well, all that work was for nothing because it still gets stuck. Still goes through things. But you know, that's fine. I guess that's to be expected. Boat drinks Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings. You can go ahead and get rid of these real quick. My mic keeps moving out of the way. It doesn't want me to speak anymore. Said, oh, that's enough of that. So we have player state being set to 1 here. I don't know why it's being set back to 0. Maybe it's because it's get button down instead of just get button. We'll see if that's the problem. Because it is causing some issues for us. It's not causing this to be repeated. It's just doing this once and then not doing anything else with it. So we'll click on the player, and as soon as we press E, this value should become 1. There we go, now it's 1. And we can't move. This is good. No, okay, that sounds like a joke, but trust me, that is actually good. Because this means that we can actually set values now. So instead of setting the float level, get rid of that real quick. Should be, let's see what that's going to do. I believe we should just sync, right? No? Okay. So, we're going to copy over some values, but not all of them. What we want to do is, first off, set the move speed to 10. Let's move that up here. And next, we want, let's see, we want these 2 lines of code. Well, we still can't move. Let's see. Ah, okay. So we aren't setting the player to move after the end. We want controller.move. This is what we wanted. Woohoo, alright. But again, we can only look in one direction, so it's not the most helpful thing. We want to be able to look somewhere, you know. Now, the problem with not being able to look anywhere, that's because we're setting the rotation of the player every frame. So what we want to do is instead move that to the other side. Where is that? In here. We want to move that to where we're setting the value to 1. This is where we want to put that, because this will only run once. And we'll also take the one where it's this one. Move that one over there as well. And that way we should be able to look around. Alright. And we can move around again. And we can get around much faster than just by swimming. Let's see how long it takes us to get to the island over here. Oh yeah, much faster. Red bullfish that gives you wings when you eat it. I love it. Are there bullfish in real life? Is that a real thing? I'll have to look that up. Oh, well, the boat can go through land. That's not what you want. Oh, land boat on the run. The real monsters were the boats all along. Look at this thing go. Oh, flying boat. You looked it up specifically for that joke. That's dedication now. Okay, so we definitely want the boat to be able to sink. So we don't want it to just kind of float in the air, so we'll take Y store. And then we'll take move direction.y equals Y store. And that should give us what we need. What does a bullfish even look like? Well, I don't know what I was expecting. It's a fish and a bull. Okay. So now, oops. we seem to be sunk. That's not good. So we do want to set the position at all times. That's definitely something we want. Let's see here. See, it's not moving us back up to where we need to be. I've learned so much more about Bullfish than I needed to. Well, learn something every day. Whether it's about Bullfish or whether it's about whatever else, man. We seem to be sinking a lot more than I wanted to be sinking. But hey, this is functional, right? This is exactly what we wanted. This is what we do here. We sink, but it's sinking even more. This is fine. There we go. And we're still flying. Who needs boats anyway? Yep. We are still a flying boat, which I personally don't think is ideal. But hey, you know, maybe that's for the best, you know. Maybe flying boats is the way of the future. And with that, we have been streaming for just over 2 hours now. I think it's about time we wrap it up. What do you guys think? I feel like we definitely did a lot more today than in the last stream. We did make Chat Island look quite a bit better. I do want to zoom over there and take another look at what we did today. Alright, so we smoothed out the island just a bit. Made that quite a bit thicker. Thick with 2 C's. I was down for more, but that's your decision. Alright, well, you know, we didn't do a whole lot on the island actually, now that I'm looking at it. It does look quite a bit nicer, but we didn't make too much progress on this path over here. I'm thinking from here we will, the reason I spread this out a little bit, we're going to have one path going up this way, the other path going forward and out the other way. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and check out, we got links on the Twitch page now. We have our YouTube channel, our Twitter account, we got our Discord server up there, I believe. And yeah, if you guys want to be more engaged with the project, the Discord server is the best place to do that. Where you can talk to us in real time, we answer your questions, we can take your suggestions, and we post updates all the time. So thank you guys so much for checking this out, and peace out, guys. Oh, and stay fishy. That was the line I was supposed to say. I said the wrong line. I'm sorry, guys. I failed you. The line was stay fishy. It wasn't peace out. Alright, guys, stay fishy.